Hi, my name is Osset Iwaku, and welcome to the Dream Code series. This is actually me painting and speaking after the fact because one of the things that I wanted to bring to the table with all of this, with abstract art and tapping into the metaphysical realms of self, the quantum fields, a lot of what most people feel are complex to communicate. I am able to communicate that or translate that through word or even through painting. And I've noticed this as I've painted over time, that as I look at my paintings every single day, there's always a new layer. There's always something else that is revealed to me. And for me, that basically means that it's a truth that I am ready for within my own mind. So I've always just been intrigued by the multidimensional ways of just looking at different levels of coding. And for some people, this can be very exhausting because, going more so into the question and into being intrigued by the works of the universe itself, or just being curious in general, it can keep you in your mind space. And for a while, that's cool, but after a while, you want to make sure that you're at least applying all of the information that you're receiving and at least pouring it into some kind of outlet or some kind of, or something that is action based that can actually benefit your life. And for me, at least what has helped me is going more so into the abstract realms of my own inner art, I should say, and just allowing my DNA to speak. Whatever is inside of me, within the records, within that needs to be expressed with trust, I am just allowing it to express itself through my art. And this has definitely helped with keeping me or helping me stay connected to my human experience. Because a lot of the time, at least from what I've been recognizing, even in this art piece that I am doing, I can even see as I'm watching and speaking that everything that I am thinking about is expressing itself through the art without me knowing it. So a lot of what I've been tapping into lately has been just the lags of time with self and with consciousness, and recognizing that sometimes when we have intuitive feelings about, just different experiences or even people, a lot of the time we're not realizing that these are parts of ourselves that are already either in the future or in the past, but most likely in the future. And when we are receiving, or at least from my experience, when I'm receiving information, I'm receiving the information from a part of myself that has already walked the path. And this is what I consider to be a version of my higher self. And there's more layers to that, but a version of my higher self has already walked this path. And I have to ask myself, if I'm worried about the future, does my version of self that is already there care about my well-being? And in order to really know the answer to that question, I have to ask myself in real time, well, in this moment in time, do I care about myself or the version of myself from yesterday? Or do I care about a version of myself 2 hours ago? Do I care about a version of myself 2 months ago? Right? And the answer, of course, for me is yes. I do want that version of myself to win. I do want that version of myself to catch up to this very moment that I am in right now in speaking, and in this placement of time and its sequence. So if the answer is yes to, yes, I have the best or my best interest in mind for self always, is even, looking forward, but do I have the best interest in mind looking backwards? Then why not trust myself moving forward? And this has calmed a lot of anxiety for me. And a lot of these truths have been revealed through the realms of abstract art within itself. I've noticed even in this painting that I'm doing here, there's a few things that I'm noticing here that reflect exactly what I'm speaking on, just with the echoes and the lags of time of self. And sometimes we can sense that these other parts of self are other entities that are isolated from this present moment. So it can feel like there's like an awareness that is in attack mode, or that feels foreign when it's not. It's you. It's just a version of you trying to contact you. And, so all of that's just one example of the many questions and levels of curiosities that I have, that I allow myself to at least express through creativity. And I think expressing these things through creative form is so important to, it allows us to stay grounded. It allows us to enjoy the information and the intuition that we are tapping into, when we are able to manifest these things in ways that are just seen as the most unique and the most beautiful. In this art piece that I am creating here, there is no duplication of that. It is in the moment in real time, and I love this way of just expressing myself. And there are other forms. And my goal with everything that I do from here on, because I'm always going to be a student of just the universe within itself. I'm always going to tap into self in that way. But my goal is to allow myself to be a part of the contribution that merges the gap between, just old versions of self that is used to expressing in this way, in this form, and newer versions that need to still learn and remember the traditions and the ancestral recordings of the past that are so rich. These parts of our past, the ancient past, the immediate past, are so filled with color. They're filled with just feeling and emotion. And it's important that we bring that into the technical part of things, because, as we go further into evolving generation after generation from this point forward, we're used to being a part of whatever technologies are coming out. And it's very fast moving. So in that fast movement of the technology, based, programming, how can we bring the slow moving creativity, the timelessness into time within itself? So that is my goal here as I share just my thoughts, as well as expressing it through manifestation in whatever art form. And this is what the Dream Code series is about. And I'm excited to really get into this, especially as we go deeper into the records of, what is wanting to be presented in this moment in time for us. So thank you for just, just observing and feeling, and hope some of this resonates. So if you'd like to join the Dream Code series, or We Are the Aliens, right? There's many conversations about that and expressions through art about that. You can click the link in bio. It's something that I'm just going to do for into this year, into the next, I should say. And, just expressing all of this in art form and information, making sure that we get all of it and that we enjoy what we're tapping into.